DevNet is going live today. This is what we're going to make happen. Guys, who knows? Everyone was doubting. Everyone's been doubting. But today, the impossible becomes possible. We will make the impossible possible. Everyone has been doubting if this could be done. Yesterday, oh my goodness, guys, you will not believe. Even if you were on the stream yesterday, let me share some information with you. Actually, I'm going to share some crazy stats with you guys in 1 second. 1 second. But first, we got to get the music going. Because we've been setting records pretty much every single stream. If you are on this stream and you weren't on the previous streams, then please know that you missed a couple records, but you're lucky because you're here. So you are going to see us set records live. But yesterday, yesterday, we did. Okay, you know what? Let me get some music first, and then I will let you guys know the unbelievable records that we set. Okay, we have our copyright-free music going now. So, yesterday, we almost gave up. We got to a point where we began to question. We said, is what we set out to do really possible? You know, a lot of people are doubting. Eventually, when everyone's doubting you, you begin to almost doubt yourself. And this is why it's important who you have around you. Bane, what's up? He's in the chat here. The other day, when it seemed like all hope was lost, Bane said he was going to stick around until we get through this. And lo and behold, within the next 30 minutes, we got devnet successfully working. Yes. And to put this into perspective, I did, after the chat ended, I went into ChatGPT and I said, okay, what we've accomplished, how long would this have taken a team of experts to do? And he said that the best way to do it is if you have a full stack developer, a senior user interface expert, and finally, a top level Solana Anchor engineer, right? It would take a full team working full time. Guess how long? Feel free to toss in the chat how long you think that would take. Just to get to exactly where we are right now, where you guys are already just skipping ahead to on this stream. We've got our UI working and we've got our devnet working and we're getting ready to hook everything up together. To get to this point, ChatGPT estimated that this would have taken a team working of that size full time. It would take that team 6 weeks. And that's if they know what they're doing. Add on another 2 to 3 weeks if they don't. Guys, 9 weeks of work we accomplished within just a handful of streams. And today, we're setting the bar unbelievably high. We're going to do another potentially months worth of work here in the next couple hours because we are trying to get to mainnet, okay? We're going to see if we can set another record. Can we do the impossible? Back-to-back days, okay? Can we do it? Here's what we're going to do. Just like the previous streams, I want to make sure that we give people the time to be able to trickle in. So I'm going to put up the timer. This is the 5-minute countdown timer. Once this timer hits 0, we go. We're pushing for mainnet today. This is the make or break moment. If things fail, let's be real, things will fail, but we will fix it. Let's go. All right. That's true, Bane. Thank you for making the Instagram story. Instagram story. All right, guys, we're promoting this real quick. Instagram story. It's gonna go live. All right, here we go, chat. Here we go. Guys, give us your honest thoughts. Do you think we're going to make it happen? You can be honest. If you don't think we're going to make it happen, feel free to say it. Here we go. Here we go. What should we call this, bot? World record attempt. World record attempt. We're attempting a world record today. The record for the fastest launch of $1 million. Actually, I'm gonna look up this world record. Let's look up the record for the fastest time that anyone has built a $10 million recurring revenue business. Let's see if we can break that. What is the world record for the fastest that any company has reached 1 million in revenue, and any company? Oh my gosh, why is this not working? I'm gonna shut off ChatGPT and turn it back on. Sometimes that fixes it. What's the world record for the fastest? Okay, we're gonna have to type this. All right, what are your guys' predictions? What do you think that the world record is for the fastest that anyone has reached 1 million in revenue and 10 million in revenue? Okay. Okay. Okay, these world records that it's giving are talking about from launch. I want from inception. Okay, guys, the world record to $1 million in revenue. Fastest ever. Do you guys have a guess? Guys, put your guesses in the chat. Put your guesses in the chat. See, these are expedited. Are we really going to go off these expedited numbers? You know, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Just set the bar really high. Because this is saying ChatGPT is one of them. But ChatGPT, before they made any revenue, it took them like years. ChatGPT started in like what? Like 2016? All right. Timer's up. Timer's up. All right, guys. Here's the fastest. Okay. In fifth place. Okay, see, Lovable, this is, ChatGPT didn't understand the prompt because it's giving incorrect things. It's saying Lovable reached it in 8 months. 8 months. Oh, wait. Reached 100 mil ARR in 8 months. Okay, but in actual, from ideation through prototyping and public launch, the fastest to reach 1 million ARR from inception was 60 days. Daytona. That's the fastest recorded. So you got 60 days. How many days in are we? When did we start? Okay, guys, I feel like we can actually do this. 60 days from inception. When was this first stream? We're going to look up the first time we started streaming building this. That was 3 days ago. So guys, we're 3 days in and we have to do it in 2 months. I don't know about you guys, but I actually think our odds are pretty solid here. I think we could break this world record. 60 days to $1 million in revenue. I thought it actually might be faster. I thought it might be faster. All right, guys. Well, we're on the clock right now. We're wasting valuable seconds here. So, guys, here we go. This is the moment that everything becomes real. Let's go in with our eyes wide open. MAINNET is unforgiving. We need everything to work. If this deploy fails, we rebuild. We are breaking this world record. I'm telling you, this is where most founders might panic, you know? But let's see. Let's see if our product behaves on devnet and mainnet, okay? This is the part everyone underestimates, okay? We're setting the bar unbelievably high here. Who knows if it's truly possible to go from where we are to mainnet today? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Okay, guys. Whoever's in the chat, you are here for history. We're gonna kick it off. So let me get our chat locked and loaded. Guys, let us know in the chat if you're excited. Let us know. Let's get some energy in here. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So I need to get in the zone. We're going to figure out, where did we leave off yesterday? Okay, so I actually added one other final prompt because, guys, I told you we're actually trying to get to mainnet. So I was doing some brainstorming. What do the best engineers, if you had a world-class Solana engineer, how would he approach things? So, okay, yeah, this is where we left off though, before the other prompt that I did off. So your program successfully deployed to devnet. That was huge. That's where we got yesterday. Now we just need to tell Anchor about the program, expose the IDL program ID to our front end to Replit, and then do an end-to-end test. Admin, create, user bet, admin, resolve. Okay. Then, okay, so that's pretty much where we were at. We need to do these things, and you know, might fail. We might need to improve things, make it work. Now, the big thing that I wanted to do, and you know, we could put in this next command, but what I did was I did some brainstorming. I said, what would the best Solana devs in the world do, right? And I tried to figure out like what these might be, you know, find out what the differentiators were. And there's this whole list of things that a top level person would do. And so we actually did a really good idea. We have an aligned tool chain, all this stuff. All right, we're gonna shift this music. It's killing my vibe. We need good vibes as we do this. Okay, protocol design and safety. Yes, so this is something that we are gonna try and bridge the gap on, but we gotta figure out how to do it. The attack surfaces, Oracle price resolution, economic invariance, permission, and trust. And before we dive into all these things, I gotta catch you guys up. We're making history. You guys gotta know what we're doing. So guys, you might be thinking, what are we looking at on screen here? This is the product that we are building and that we have got to devnet. And now we need to run tests on and eventually, you know, get to mainnet. So we're gonna hook this up to what we have. Will BTC close above whatever price? This is how the product works. You go on, you have the opportunity to put your money where your mouth is on what you think is gonna happen to the price of Bitcoin by the time that the clock strikes 0. You can bet in the up pool, you think it'll be up. You can bet in the down, you think it'll be below. And then at the end of the timer, the funds will be dispersed automatically to the winners. And we make money by keeping a small percentage of the amount that is being bet totally. So this is where we're at. This is the product. And this is a global market. I believe that there are many people around the world that would want to wager on the price of Bitcoin. But then it gets even better, right? It gets better because then we can create all these other markets. And there's so many ways that we can make this thing blow up. But just on this one thing alone, we can go massive. This is how we break the record. we're going to break the record. 60 days, I think we can do that. $1 million, 60 days. Let's go. So this is, what we're doing. This is the attempt. And actually, let's just do out the math. So they crossed ARR. So realistically, for that, let's see. So we just do 1 million divided by whatever our platform fee is. Let's say 2%. So divide by 0.02. So we just need a total of $50 million to be wagered on this platform in total in 60 days. To hit $1 million, actually, we need 1/12 of that because it's ARR. That's the record, annual recurring revenue. That's how much is. That's how it benchmarked it. So we divide by that by 12. All right, we just need $4.16 million. Let's call it 4.2 million dollars to be wagered on the platform right after launch in the first month. Ayush, what's up, man? You're catching us right as we haven't launched any commands yet. We were setting the stage. Guys, you're here witnessing history. We're going to break the record. We're manifesting this. We are going to break the record for the fastest that a company has ever crossed $1 million in annual recurring revenue with this product. And I think that we can do it because we're building fast. We're building, we're shipping, we're building, we're shipping. So we're going to get this product working. We need to hit product market fit quickly, but we're going to get the first version working. Just make sure that we can get this done. So once again, we're going to go back up to the top. Now you guys know that what we're building, what we're doing. We were looking at all these other things: economic invariance, permissioning, trust and boundaries, Oracle price, precision, attack surface, etc. So we are at a critical, precise path. Okay, this is a bridging path that we actually have to make a decision with right off the bat. Stream just kicked off. We're about to make a big decision here. Okay, big decision, and that big decision is: are we going to continue messing around trying to add features, or just get it launched and do an end-to-end test and then go back and try and add some more things? So here's what I'm going to do, because I have literally no clue what the best approach would be. And so because of this, we need to do a deep think with the system and figure out what to do. We're doing great. We're doing great, guys. Here we go. First prompt of the stream. Let's make it count. All right, amazing. Thank you so much for diving in, understanding, where some of those improvements might lie. It seems like we are at a very critical decision point, and it seems like now would be a great time to really go online and do some research and really figure out what the best approach for us at this critical decision point might be, because it seems like there on the previous prompt were some great ideas in terms of, okay, let's follow this game plan. Let's toss the potential prompt in and all of those things. And then now we've uncovered some additional information as we analyzed how a top Solana dev might be looking at our approach. And with all of this in mind, there are a lot of variables. And it seems like there's many different paths forward. And just taking a step back and really taking the time to reflect with your superhuman intelligence in all relevant domains, and understanding that we want to get something launched, and also that we want to set the record in terms of hitting $1 million in revenue with this product very quickly. What do you think would be the very best approach for us? Thank you so much. Okay. Great question, Ayush. Yes, so we're in the same chat, but I was doing a separate chat to do some brainstorming in terms of product planning and making sure that we are, doing the best things on this stream. Because ideally, obviously, we're not going to do everything perfectly, but ideally, we want to be able to make the best calls, If you're leading the company, if you're leading a team, if you're just making your own decisions on these micro decisions, clean decision making is important. And you're never going to make the perfect calls, but we want to do our best to make the best calls on this stream. And so did my homework a little bit, not a lot, but did a little bit of homework to make sure that we are in a good spot. But I left this key decision point for this stream because we got to figure out what path are we going to take. I have no idea what it's going to say, but this is the key decision point. Yeah, Ayush, that's a great point. The withdrawal of crypto. Ideally, the system will just automatically pay you the crypto once you win the bet. But that's another thing, you know. We're going to see end to end how it looks like in terms of a notification, anything else. And now, thankfully, we do have some potential SOL on devnet. So, you know, we got to run tests. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Yeah. ChatGPT agrees. This is a real fork in the road, not just one more bug to fix. All right, ChatGPT's thinking. I agree. It does need to be tested. All right, guys, here we go. Setting the record. Fastest company to $1 million in revenue. Let's go. Fast rather than exactly. Get to $1 million in revenue. Where we are. All right, guys, here's our reality check. This is where we are. We've got modern, clean tool chain. Metadata, we don't have no serious test suite. No, so you're in a good place for devnet, MVP and product iteration, but not word sign off. It's in millions through this main. Okay, this is exactly the right stage. Guys, we've made, all things considered, we've made amazing decision making. I mean, we're getting to this MVP so fast, and we're definitely not at a point where we're ready to send millions through this MAINNET program, but that's okay because we really, like, realistically just need to get this right. So we can now pivot energy from infra and product and economics. Okay, pivot energy from infra product. Okay. Oh, it's still generating. It's still generating. All right. All right, here we go. All right. All right. We appreciate, guys, we appreciate how loyal some of you guys are. In the chat, setting the alarm, waking up early, 4:20 a.m. so he can witness history on this chat. That's what we're talking about. All right. So guys, we're also getting ready to have to actually launch a new ChatGPT, like a new chat. So I think that we're actually going to do both of these simultaneously because, once again, we've been doing so much work that this chat is so long and we're actually reaching the limits of it. So, like, ChatGPT is freezing because it's, yeah, because, I mean, if you guys were on the previous streams, you'll see the amount that we've done is unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. We've frozen ChatGPT here. Okay, well, you know what? If ChatGPT is not loading, I'm going to read it on my phone. See if it's loaded on my phone here. And I'll read it out loud to you guys. Are you guys able to see the overlay for Discord? It shows on my screen, it shows the QR code that is there. What are you guys seeing? Okay. All right, here we go. It just loaded. Oh, I see. I see. That's a good point. Yeah, I haven't done that. Though we do need to show that this QR code below, this QR code gets you in the Discord so you know when we're going live. Okay. So the code base is good enough to keep. There's no fatal architecture, blah, blah, blah. Keep the program as v0 devnet and harden it rather than starting over, obviously. 3 parallel tracks from here. Track A, protocol hardening. Write the economic spec doc. Economic. Our reference price and resolve are set for now. Manually by admin later, Python, exact math. Okay. Productization, 1 to 2 weeks. Goal, get something people can bet on, even if stakes are small. Wire the devnet program into the front end. Okay, first off, we're not spending 2 to 3 weeks on this. And not spending 1 to 2 weeks on this. Track C, growth, okay. Gather data of bets, blah, 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 plan make. Okay, so hiring, best talent, structure this, devnet launch specs, pre-audit, complete next steps. This week, lock in deployment of what we just did. Document exactly how to rebuild, wire the front, devnet. Okay, direct answer, yes. If we now stop fighting infra and redirecting, solidify, blah, 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 blah. What would be non-optimal is going back. Okay, guys, so right now, the plan that it laid out, we on the stream are going to do what it's telling us will take 5 weeks. We're going to do this right now, okay? By the end of this stream, okay? This 5-week thing is far too long. We don't have time for that. That would use up all of our time to break the record. Okay, so solidifying, wiring it cleanly into the product and running real devnet. What? Okay, so I'm going to say, guys, another big time prompt we need here. So let's see, drop the exact, drop it into test, draft the beat. Sounds great. Thank you for diving in and thinking through the very best plan here. Now, once again, this is a critical decision point. So I am ready to follow whatever path we decide is best, but just to make sure we do as much research as necessary and needed to really ensure that we're taking the best path forward here, let's think through the exact full game plan and what the very best approach would be based on your superhuman intelligence across experts in all the relevant domains. Let's make sure that we're tapping into that top 0.00001% of expertise amongst those relevant domain experts in this review here and make sure that we take the very best approach and come up with the final plan. Thank you. All right, guys, here we go. This is the final planning prompt that we are giving. And then after this prompt, we're getting down to work. Whatever this final plan is, because we just want to make sure we take the right path. But either way, all of those things that it laid out, that it would take a whole team 5 weeks to do, that team of 3 experts, we're going to do that right now in this stream. Yes, the QR code does look a little mysterious. I feel like I need to put like a Discord logo or something. Hey Bane, actually, or one of you guys, could one of you guys create an image and then attach that? I guess I could do it right now, but that way I can just drag the image onto the screen there and then I'll resize it. Because just the QR code alone does look a little bit, what's the word? Mysterious, yes. Yeah, we'll get a good overlay here. Yeah. Okay. Thought for 15 seconds. All right, guys. We can already see we're being slowed down by the speed of ChatGPT. The AI is not working fast enough. So we're going to have to get the new chat locked and loaded. What I'm thinking is as soon as we get the next prompt that we put into the program, once it's programming, at that point, we're going to move over and start educating and redirecting the next chat. And I think that'll be good too, because I want us to first like get our final game plan that we're outlining here before starting the new chat. So I think everything's going really, really well according to plan. All right. Okay. Everything is filtered through speed. All right, guys, this is the guiding principles for the plan. I love this. Speed to validated revenue, safe enough for users, leverage devnet as our product and growth lab, and then minimize rework. So we're designing with V2 Plus in mind, so we don't paint ourselves into a corner right now. This is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need. See, this is why the additional prompt makes a lot of sense. So here we got, turn on, okay, so phase one, stabilize the engine. Turn the on-chain program from it compiles into I trust it to behave for all normal flows. So, okay, this is good advice. It's having us actually clean the repo right now. So the outcome will be a code base that a new senior dev can read without wading through history. I think that this is actually really important. We're gonna have a clean code base. So our V1 devnet, or our V0 on devnet is gonna be like the most solid V0. And then I think that, yeah, we're gonna have a fast time to getting some good validated revenue. We're still aiming at setting the world record to $1 million in revenue. I think we can do it. We're gonna manifest it, guys. Everyone, manifest it with me. All right, here we go. Write the minimal but critical test suite. Add 3 to 4 anchor tests and make anchor tests your default inner loop. Okay. Optional but powerful, test zero liquidity. Okay. All right. Write a lightweight spec protocol. Okay. All right, this thing is still coming up with the prompt, the game plan here. All right, here we go. Spec V1. All right, state the machine. Which transitions, economic formula, exact formula for total pool, platform fee, create a revenue share, winner, and payout. Example with numbers. The rules, can someone bet after lock? What happens if no? No bets on winning side. Okay. See, this is actually what I was thinking about. We got to plan for edge cases. Like realistically, for it to work in a real environment, we have to have these things built in, like the rules, like how to stop the betting after the time. What happens if there's no bets on the winning side? What if a market never gets resolved? Like all of these things, if we really want something that works and that is reliable enough to start pumping $1 million plus through, then we need these things. Okay, threat modeling passing. Okay, here we go. Manipulate payouts. We'll write a short threats and migration section in the spec. All right, wire product and UX tightly to this engine. Lock in the live program ID. Update. Okay. Integrate the IDL into the TS. Okay. Sharpen admin and user flows. Lock mark. Okay. User UI. All right. Phase 3. use devnet as your growth lab. All right. Phase 4, prepare a mainnet able version without slowing devnet. Okay. Concrete next steps. This is what we are looking for. Wire front end fully to devnet program. Confirm, create bet, resolve payout. Works in the browser for 2 wallets. Then, okay. All right, guys. This is a great plan. Beautiful plan. This is a superhuman plan, guys. All right. So this is what we want to do here. So if you want, I can write the exact. Paste into tests. Draft the spec. Map out the M1. All right. Amazing. That sounds like a great plan. Let's do it. Now, based on your superhuman intelligence in the relevant domains, in terms of what we need to do to follow your plan, what would be the best next steps? We're ready to execute. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And then right after we get this and we begin executing, at that point, we get the context from here for the next chat. All right. Clean, minimal, anchor test, blah, blah, blah. Do this. Drop this in the file and run it locally. Okay. So here we go. Wait, the test product is not recognized as the name of the... Check the spelling or name of the... Oh, do I have to like log in or something? I think I have to log in. Let's just double check. All right. Sounds great. I'm ready to follow your game plan here. Could you just review what happened? It looks like there was an error. I've attached a screenshot. Thank you so much. I think it's a simple solution, but I just want to... That's why I didn't do the whole long prompt, superhuman intelligence, blah, 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 blah. I think it just needs to give me like the stuff to log in. All right, Bane. Bane says that there is something in Discord. Let's see. Okay, save image. All right, let's toss this on here. Okay, we're gonna do image. All right, add a new one. Add source. All right. Can you guys read this? Okay. You know what I could do? I could put this underneath. Okay. right, whoops. All right. All right. It's just overlapping. All right, I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna put it like this. All right, there we go. I'm not touching it anymore. All right. Yeah, Bane, do it in a way where it's like actually, yeah, this honestly looks, this looks good enough. This looks good enough. We can't let perfect be enemy of the good. Okay, what went wrong? All right. PowerShell says not recognized. Okay. All right, ChatGPT is really slowing us down here. So we are going to have to go and then get a new chat created. So I'm going to say, here, I'm going to put the prompt in. I'm going to say, thank you so much. Real quick, it looks like this chat is running very slowly. And I think it's because the chat history is very long. So based on your superhuman intelligence and all relevant domains as it relates to our project and doing everything that we need to do, could you think through and figure out the best approach in terms of how we can get all the relevant context that's needed here into a new AI chat so we can continue the discussion and make sure that we continue build the product in the best way possible, while also making sure that we're not losing important context from this chat in that next chat. So yeah, let's figure out the best way to get everything ported over so we can continue working, but in a fully new loaded chat. What would be the best way for us to do this based on your superhuman intelligence across all relevant domain experts, and those experts being the top 0.00001% of experts? Thank you. All right. Ayush, I agree. I want to get this live, dude. I want to get this live. All right, so here's what we're doing. Okay. Guys, I know this is taking a while, but I'm telling you, in the first few lives, we did the entire work. All right, we got in. System restart required. Expanded security is not. All right. All right. Okay, guys. So first update, we're putting in smoke tests. All right, here we go. Okay. And now we're going to anchor test. Guys, we're coding. First commands of the day going in. Here we go. Okay, let's see. See if it passes. All right, it's running. Deploying program. Okay, and while that's going, the top prompt just finished. So we're gonna take this top prompt here. Okay. Here we go. So this is, yep, this is the goal for the new prompt. Here we go. This is the minimum set of details. Copy and paste this into the new chat. Okay. All right. I'm going to say, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do both. I'm going to do new chat. I'm going to put this in. Actually, here's how we're going to do it. We're putting that in. And then in the last chat, we're going to say, okay, it's frozen. Thank you so much. We've officially broken ChatGPT. Okay. Well, I'll show you guys the bottom screen. It looks like we got some stuff working here. All right. I'm gonna just X out ChatGPT and reopen it. All right, we're getting new vibes. New vibes. Here we go. All right. ChatGPT is still frozen. Okay, guys. Once again, this is valuable lesson. We've been running into some roadblocks here. We got to be honest with ourselves. We are running into some roadblocks. We can't get ChatGPT working, and ChatGPT is our brain for this, okay? So we're going to have to... We just closed ChatGPT, reopened it, and it's still stuck like this. So, okay. Let's go. Let's please work, ChatGPT. Let's please work. Okay, smoke test setup. Let's see if this chat... Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, we're gonna reload. All right. All right, here we go. Thank you so much. This is great. We put this prompt that you gave into the new version of ChatGPT. Based on your superhuman intelligence in all relevant domains, do you think that we truly gave it enough context as needed? It seems like there is so much context to the project and everything else that is still relevant, and other things that might be useful to help that chat truly execute at the top possible level across all the relevant domain experts and the top 0.0000001% of those domain experts. And also there's a lot of context on our product, project, everything else that we still have. So based on all this, what do you think the best prompt would be that we could give in that other chat that we just put your other prompt into? Please use your superhuman intelligence in prompting to help us come up with the best prompt here. Okay. So once we get this prompt, we're going to toss this one in the other chat as well. And then we should be unblocked. Then we should be able to move fast with full context and start shipping a lot of updates to this code here. We need to speed it up. We need to speed it up. We're moving too slow. Let's go. We're on the clock, guys. We're trying to break a world record to $1 million in revenue. And this slow ChatGPT is not helping our cause. I'll tell you that. We need to speed it up here. if we are going to break this world record, fastest company ever to $1 million in revenue, then we can't have ChatGPT slowing us down. Okay. So it's saying that we did give the new chat enough technique. Okay. So game plan here, so we can hit the ground running quickly. As soon as we get this, exactly, look, your product and revenue goals, our collaboration style, like all this stuff that we didn't give yet. So we can pick it up, give some more context to the new chat. I know that we are hitting a little bump in the road, but once this is fully ready, locked and loaded, we will be able to move quickly and we will be coding fast. And once we are coding quickly, that's where the magic happens. Because once we got unblocked last time, the speed at which we hit the level of work that an entire team would have done was remarkable. So we really just need this thing to give us the rest. All right. And we got a time constraint from Ayush. So in 2.5 hours, can we do the 5 weeks of work that we put as the goal in this stream? All right. All right, I'm gonna load, if it loaded on my phone, I'm gonna load this prompt into the new chat on my phone, and then we can just keep this rolling. Because the computer's slowing down. So I'm gonna see if I can do this from my phone. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Master prompt, let's go. All right, guys, here we go. You've been given, okay, paste this as a single message. Okay, it says if there's more than enough context and guidance to behave like product and continue to build without us dragging the full history over. Okay, here we go. Another mega prompt here. Okay, here we go. So that's going. And then if we go up, our last prompt here is this. We ran the anchor test, expected outputs. So then I'm gonna screenshot this down at the bottom. Looks like we got a little bit of an error. It's okay. Verify as we test the whole. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna run this. So that's the basic flow piece. Local validators. Okay. Okay, there we go. Create the file, run. Okay, that's the full locked and loaded. Okay. Okay, ChatGPT is bugging out. That chat, we can't open that. I'll take you guys to the top screen. ChatGPT is flipping out. let me see here. Yes, I know, this is bad. Guys, ChatGPT. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. We're gonna see if we can close some tabs here. All right. All right. Okay. This is working, but now OBS isn't working. All right. Damn. When I was closing stuff out, I accidentally closed NVIDIA Broadcast, which shut off access to the camera. I don't know if I can reactivate the... Actually, let me see. I might not be able to reactivate the camera on stream because I closed the NVIDIA Broadcast. I know. I think it's just the ChatGPT chat. The one problem is now since I X that out, I think I might... The stream, I can't have my camera back on until I close and reopen. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, closing that kind of fucked up the... I might have to restart the live. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to restart the live. The camera's still off, right? All right, guys. It should be in. I think I just have to live. I have to restart the programs because it should be porting in automatically. But yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the live for my camera to work.